What's up everyone, 9th Jim here, back with another VGC 2020 Pokemon Sword and Shield competitive video, and today we're talking about Inteleon with its hidden ability, the last of the hidden ability starters I have to cover on my channel. If you're interested in checking out Rillaboom or Cinderace, they are also on my channel, so go give them a watch. But if you're looking for Inteleon, which I assume because you clicked on this video, Inteleon got the shortest end of the stick out of the three of the hidden ability starters. This hidden ability is, albeit it is a good ability and used correctly can take huge OHKOs on so many Pokemon, but the other two just got such a huge buff when this Pokemon didn't get that much of a buff. I'll say it bluntly. This Pokemon didn't get that much of a buff. However, it does have a different way of playing, which I think is pretty equal to its other way of playing, and that's the way that we're going to be covering it today. If you want to check out the old build of Inteleon where you just Life Orb and Fake Tears, go check out the other Inteleon video I have on my channel. But if you're looking for Sniper, which you are because you're on this video, then you're in the right place. So let's go ahead and talk about it. So what does its new hidden ability do? Well, it's Sniper. It gives all of your critical hits damage of 225% instead of 150%. So this means your 1.5% that you got from a crit is just busted. It's now boosted an additional 150%, which is 225, which is huge damage, enough to take out just about everything with a max move. And how do we use that? Well, you can use Scope Lens or Razor Claw and Focus Energy and so on and so forth. And let's talk about that in a few moments. Let's talk about the Pokemon itself. So Water type Pokemon is a pretty good typing, a very solid typing, giving us 4 resistances of Fire, Water, Ice, Steel, and then also 2 weaknesses of Electric and Grass. Not bad, you know, only 2 weaknesses that can be patched up with Lightning Rod and, you know, like Air Slash. We have Max Airstream for Grass, so honestly it can be patched up pretty well, which is pretty good. And then as far as our stats go, very offensive, not super bulky. HP at 70, defense at 65, special defense at 65. Overall, not very bulky. We're not going to be taking a lot of hits, even in Dynamaxed form. A lot of super effective attacks are just going to OHKO us or take us down very low, so we're not looking to live forever. But this Pokemon is very offensive with special attack at 125 and speed at 120. Very solid offensive stats, and that's what we're going to lean into. You could even go with Focus Sash for this Pokemon, but we're just going purely offensive. So let's go ahead and talk about the build. So as far as the build goes, our ability is Sniper. Like I was saying, this is the Sniper build. The ability to just get crits everywhere. That's what we want to do with this Pokemon. So our item is going to be Razor Claw. You can make this Scope Lens, they do the same thing. But actually, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they do the same thing. And Razor Claw is just so, like, you could use Scope Lens on the Togekiss because we're going to be leading Togekiss a lot of the time. So that's really why I did Razor Claw. But I think they hit the same bases. Anyway, so Razor Claw gives you +1 chance of hitting crit. And then Sniper gives you 225 damage, percent damage when hitting a crit. So what do we do to hit crits? Like Razor Claw, yeah, sure, we have a 25% chance to hit a crit. Good stuff. But with Focus Energy, this gives us an additional +2 chance to hit a crit. This, with Razor Claw, hits a 75% of the time critical hit. This is really powerful. Now, you Dynamax, you use Focus Energy turn 1 with Togekiss, follow me, and then turn 2, you Dynamax and hit Max Airstreams, Max Geysers, and Max Hailstorms, and kill everything. That's what we do. We kill everything. We want to hit crits. There's a lot of damage calcs. Oh my god, my voice cracked. A lot of damage calcs are not going to need us to crit, but a lot will need us to crit, and we'll talk more about that in damage calcs. But as far as this Pokemon's moves go, we have Snipe Shot, Air Slash, Ice Beam, and Focus Energy. Like I was saying, Focus Energy plus Razor Claw gives us that 75% chance, which is very solid. And then we also have Ice Beam, Air Slash, and Snipe Shot. Snipe Shot for our stab attack, Air Slash for max airstream, and Ice Beam for coverage, mostly to destroy those grass type Pokemons at Rillaboom, at Venusaur, all of these big Pokemon that are going to be very highly used as we go through in the meta. So having that Ice Beam for those is good. However, I mean, we still have max airstream as well, which is what we're going to be going for, but Ice Beam also destroys things like Togekiss, which is just very used in the meta, Dragapult, a lot of really good stuff. So that's about it for our moves. Let's go ahead and talk about 2 extra moves here, the flex moves that we have, Dark Pulse and Mud Shot. Now, Dark Pulse is mostly for coverage, same with Mud Shot, but they both also offer very good effects as well. Dark Pulse giving you a higher chance of crit, so that's really good. That plus Razor Claw plus Focus Energy is crit every day. You're always critting, which is really good. Sniper makes that insanely powerful, but you don't gain that secondary effect when you Dynamax, and this is a build that hopefully we want to Dynamax most of the time turn 2, because you just get so high damage attacks that might as well Dynamax, right? And then we also have Mud Shot, which becomes a really powerful max move, Max Quake, giving you plus special defense. Super good for your bulky teammate, most likely Togekiss. Very good stuff. So that's it for our moves. Let's go ahead and talk about stats real quick. They're very basic. 252 into special attack and 252 into speed. And then also plus in as timid nature, giving us plus speed minus attack. And then I put the leftover 4 into defense. You can put it into defense or HP or even special defense. But we went with defense just cause. So 252 into special attack and speed, making us just as offensive and fast as possible. With max speed plus timid nature, we hit 189 as our speed tier, which is amazing, and we'll talk about speed tiers here in just one moment. But first off, we're going to talk about the 2 synergetic Pokemon I have here listed. So we have Togekiss. Like I said, Follow Me is very useful in this because Focus Energy turn 1, and then turn 2 just starts sweeping, and we need Follow Me or else we're just going to die after using Focus Energy, and at that point, why did we even Focus Energy? So that's what we're doing. Follow Me, Focus Energy. It's good stuff. The other synergy we have here is the old way of play. If you use a different item like Life Orb, Sash, Focus Sash, or Mystic Water, then this was how Inteleon used to be used, or was used prior to the hidden ability. It still might be better because this is a little luck-based still. But Whimsicott with Fake Tears and Tailwind just making the Inteleon amazingly fast, amazingly strong, and that's still a good synergy. I still think Inteleon, Whimsicott Inteleon was very powerful at the beginning of the meta, and I still think it's like a very good way of play. So that's about all I have for the build and movesets. Let's go ahead and talk about some speed tiers. So as far as our speed tiers go, we hit 189, which, like I said, is a very, very solid speed tier, outspeeding a lot of really good Pokemon, including the now one of the most used Pokemon currently, Cinderace. Now, Cinderace might trend back down a little bit after, everybody uses it for the first time this week, but Cinderace is still really powerful with that Libero ability, the new HA that it can have. It's very, very powerful. So outspeeding that Cinderace is very good. We can hit it with a Max Geyser before it changes types. So that's very good. Next, we have things like Whimsicott that we outspeed, so even if they hit us with an Energy Ball, we will outspeed and hit it with a Max Airstream before it can do that. We also have Durant, Charizard, Mimikyu, Excadrill, Duraludon, Rillaboom. All these commonly very fast to average speed Pokemon, we are outspeeding, which is very, very good. Inteleon hits a very comfortable speed tier. Now, the only couple of Pokemon that are going to be consistently outspeeding Inteleon are things like Dragapult, of course, the fastest unsupplemented Pokemon. We also have things like Max Airstream users, after turn 1 if we don't use our own Max Airstream. And then we have most Scarfed Pokemon in most Chlorophyll, Unburden, Swift Swim, those kind of Pokemon, weather supplemented Pokemon, Sand Rush Pokemon like Excadrill. All of those Pokemon are going to be outspeeding us, but I mean, that's their whole gimmick. They're using their ability to be able to outspeed everything, so it makes sense that they outspeed us. But we still had a very, very comfortable speed tier and outspeed almost every unsupplemented Pokemon, which is amazing. Next, we'll talk about some damage calcs. So as far as our damage calcs go, a lot of these are Dynamaxed, and let me preface this, none of these are critical hits. Yeah, that's right. None of these have the whole gimmick of this build. So, because we can't really calculate that on there. I could just multiply it by 2.25, but you'll get the point that all of these are Okos with a crit. It makes sense. Anyway, let's go ahead and talk about it. So, Max Geyser into a Cinderace, a Dynamaxed Cinderace, hits 87 to 104%, which is a 25% chance to Oko without a crit. If we hit a crit, that's a dead bunny. That's all we can say. It's a dead boy. Next, we have our Dynamax Max Hailstorm into a Togekiss, a very defensive Togekiss, so it's not Dynamaxed, but we hit 66 to 78%, which is a lot of damage, a guaranteed 2-hit KO. However, if we crit, it's a guaranteed Oko. Very good stuff. Which, after Razor Claw plus the focus energy, we are hitting 75% of the time. So 75% of the time we're OHKOing every Togekiss we see, except certain ones that Dynamax. But we still might hit it. We still might get there when it Dynamaxes, actually. Yeah, that's awesome stuff. Just knock it out. Next, we have the Max Hailstorm into Dragapult, Dynamax Dragapult, hitting 55 to 65%. Now, if we crit, guaranteed OHKO. Awesome stuff. Next, we have Max Airstream into a Venusaur Dynamax, or a non-Dynamax Venusaur. So this should make sense that we're probably OHKOing, hitting 93 to 110. Now, this is one of them that if we had Life Orb, we would just OHKO, which is really good. But if we hit a crit, then we go guaranteed OHKO as well, which is good. Next, we have Leaf Storm from that Venusaur into our own Inteleon, Dynamax Inteleon, hitting 98 to 117%, a 93.8% chance to OHKO. That's most likely a dead Inteleon. That just makes sense. Leaf Storm, it's very, very powerful. It's just a really good move. Venusaur is very fast as well. Like, if it's Chlorophyll activated, it's going to be outspeeding us. So, Venusaur isn't the best matchup, unless Chlorophyll is not active or we follow me. So, either way, like, that's not a bad matchup. And then next we have Woodhammer, or actually Drum Beating from Rillaboom, the bottom Calc Drum Beating in grassy terrain, hitting 84 to 99%. We live in that one. Let's go. But if it uses Woodhammer instead, it seems to be about 50-50 split currently, where if they're using Drum Beating or Woodhammer, and but if they have Woodhammer, it's a guaranteed OHKO. But if they don't have Woodhammer and they have Drum Beating, then we live it, which is really, really good. So that's about it for our damage calcs. Let's go ahead and move on to Single Spotlight real quick, and then we're gone. So Single Spotlight, this is a level 50 build, but it scales the exact same. Just max special attack and max speed. The build is very, very similar to our VGC build. The only difference is being instead of the one move that we have. Why am I blanking? Instead of Ice Beam, we have Sucker Punch. And Sucker Punch is just very good in singles, so we wanted to use that. And then we're using Scopelands instead of Razor Claw, but like I said, they essentially do the same thing. And we were just running Razor Claw over Scopelands in the other build, just because. I'm pretty sure Razor Claw hits Dynamax and it's the same. So if I'm wrong about that and Razor Claw does anything differently, correct me in the comments, please. But I think they're the same. Anyway, so as far as singles goes, we're still like Ability Sniper, Scope Lens, Focus Energy, doing the exact same stuff as in VGC. However, like I said, Sucker Punch is on this set just because it's very good in singles. So anyway, that's going to be about it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like Inteleon, if you like the ugly middle child of Inteleon that didn't get an insane ability, like this thing should have just got like Swift Swim or something. Come on, guys. Come on, Game Freak. Why you give us Sniper? It's a very powerful ability when it happens, but like I said, you have to use your item, you have to use an attack just to make it a 75% chance, when the other guys are just 100% of the time much, much better. So it is what it is. Inteleon got the shortest hand. That's not a thing. That's not a phrase. Shortest hand. Anyway, Inteleon's really cool in VGC and singles. It was already the best one of the three beforehand. Now it's the worst of the three, but it's still really cool. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Follow me on Twitter. Join my Discord. And have a good next 2 months. Goodbye.